Hello everybody, welcome to today's lesson in literacy on Tuesday the 5th of January. It's Miss Dyson here that's going to be doing the recording. I hope you're all well. It's going to be a little bit unusual and a little bit different to what we're used to in school, but these are things that we need to adapt for, and I know that we've got the skills ready. So let's continue with our learning, and we're going to do a little quick warm-up to begin with. So first of all, what is word class? So have you heard this sort of word before? Word class. Pause at any moment to have a little chat with your grown-up or with somebody near you, and then I'll just continue talking. So the word class comes from classification. So what do you think the word classification means? So again, just pause the video and then I'll just carry on talking. Classification means arranging things into groups. So, how will we arrange the following things into groups? Pause the video to talk to somebody next to you or to have a think on your own. So you can arrange the following pictures into different groups. You can arrange them into things that can swim, such as the fish and the dolphin, or you could arrange things that have feathers, so that would be the robin or the ostrich. You can arrange things into things that can fly, so that would just be the robin, and the other animals can't fly. There's lots of different ways that you can arrange different things into groups. So when we think about word classification, how can we sort words? So what classifications of words can you think of? So I'll give you a clue for you to pause and discuss. What type of words are the following? So what word class do these following words go into? Again, pause the video to have a little discussion. Here we've got some random words. Can you read them out and write down which word class they belong to? So we've got snow, walk, sparkly, and I've given you a little clue here to the word classes that some of these words might belong to. So just pause the video again and you can write down in a table your answers. So here are the correct word classes that the other words belong in. So we've got some adjectives such as sparkly, beautiful, cold, hot, freezing, cosy. Remember, an adjective are words to describe things. We've got some nouns, which are names of things and objects. So snow, ice, blanket, cat, dog, car. They are all things with names. And then we've got verbs, which are doing words. So walking, running, sitting, screaming, crying, freezing, and slipping. There's a word here that belongs in two word classes, which is the word freezing. So what can you tell me about this word? Just pause to have a little bit of thought. You can describe something as freezing, such that it's freezing outside, I've got to get my coat on. But then you can also use the word freezing as a verb to freeze, because you can freeze things, such as in your freezer you will be freezing some food, or your car might have some frost over the front, so it'll be freezing. So let's move on to our main lesson now. And I've noticed that in class we don't have many books about poetry, and I've been thinking over the Christmas holiday we should write our own poem and put them into books for everybody to have in class to read. Now we've looked at poetry a little bit before, but who can remember what poetry is? What different types of poems do we already know? You will learn some more poems as you go on through school. Miss Duckworth wrote a poem for us all to read, all about summer. So let's read it together. Blistering, blazing sun beaming down. Sweet, delicious ice cream melting quickly. Gloopy, sticky sunscreen protecting all over. Sizzling, smoky barbecue cooking slowly. Clear, tranquil sea swishing gently. So what type of poem is this? Is it a narrative? So is it telling a story? Is it descriptive? Is it describing something to the reader? Is it an acrostic poem like we did with Autumn? Or is it a funny poem? Pause and have a little thought. That's right, it is a descriptive poem, because you can see there are lots of descriptive words like blistering, blazing, sweet, delicious. So it is describing things that you might see in summer. Now we're going to become a poet and write a poem all about winter. So poets are just like authors, but they write poems, whereas authors write books. So when writing descriptive poems, we really need to think carefully about the words that we choose and how these words affect how the reader feels and what they think of. So this is called imagery. Now we've just had a little recap of what nouns and adjectives are, we can gather a list of words that are appropriate for our poem. So I'm going to show you some pictures now, and these pictures have a noun on them. And I want you to think of a noun and an adjective to describe each noun. You can set it out on a little table like this if you have some paper, or you can just talk about it with your grown-up. So let's do the first one together. So what nouns, first of all, can you see in these pictures? So one's pretty clear. I can see lots of snow. And snow is a noun because it is a thing that you can touch and feel. Another noun that I can see is footprints. I can also see some trees and some cars. These are all nouns that we can see. So next, what adjectives can we use to describe? So you might have been a little bit lucky this week and we had a little bit of snow, so maybe you got a chance to go outside and have a little feel with the snow to see what it's like. So you might describe snow as freezing, could be wet or cold. Where you step in the footprints, it might be crunchy. You might feel that snow crunching underneath your feet. Can you think of any more adjectives to describe this scene? I'm going to continue with the other pictures, but I'm not going to help you this time. I want you to have a really good go to do this on your own. So pause the video at any point to stop and look at the pictures. Okay, so next we've got these pictures. So what nouns can you see and how can we describe the nouns? So what adjectives can we write down? We've got another one. So I hope we've had a really good discussion about the nouns and adjectives that we can see and that we can describe to help with our poem. So I'm just going to show you some of the adjectives and nouns that I thought of. So I'll do the nouns first. We've got snow, snowflakes, footprints, fire, logs, feet, hot chocolate, hands, coat, hood, ice, trees, icicle and blanket. Now these are the adjectives that I thought of when I saw these nouns. So we can use adjectives to describe the noun. So we could say toasty hands. Okay, we could say warm blankets, crackling fire, comforting coat, sparkly snowflakes, blustery snow. Blustery is when it's really windy outside. It's blustery. Feel free to write down these adjectives and nouns as well. Keep your own if you've got different ones to me, because you might have picked up on something that I didn't. So well done if you did. So we need to keep our nouns and adjectives safe because we're going to use these to create a word bank of words when we come to writing our poem. So you can set it out just like here. So my effective adjectives, my effective verbs. We're going to be doing that another time. my effective adverbs. Okay, we're going to do that another time as well. So we're going to build up this bank of words over this week, ready so that we can write our poem next week. Well done for completing the first learning online. It's a little bit different to how it is in school, but like I said, these things we've got to adapt for, and this will soon be our new normal. So remember to keep safe, everybody, and if you have any questions or want to show any of your learning, please email me at the following email. You will also receive a phone call from one of the adults in your class. It could be your teacher, or it could be Miss Norton or Miss Collins. I hope you enjoy the rest of your learning online, and I can't wait to see some of your fantastic learning from the email. Thank you, bye!